Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengal fan on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, repping the Bengals for the AFC Northerners. We got a tough one coming up this week against Kansas City. We've talked about it for the last couple weeks. We'll get into that in a second. Let's go through, first of all, who's practiced and who hasn't. We had a lot of injuries last week and a couple roster moves. So first, today I was really surprised Auden Tate was cut. Auden Tate had a great preseason, but has never made the roster. If anybody knows any reason why he was never activated and why he got cut today, I'd love to hear it, because I can't find anything about Auden Tate, why he wasn't on the team, why we never gave him a chance, and why he got cut today. So if you have any information, please, in the comment section, do share. We added Kavari Russell from our practice squad, who I've liked. He's a add depth for us in the secondary. Certainly, we probably are really lean after dealing with all the injuries we had last year at the last week at the end of the Steeler game. So, going through who practiced, Ross practiced in full. Sean Williams, AJ, CJ, and Vinny Ray were all limited today in practice. So I don't know how many of them. Limited usually means they play, but it also means they're on the edge. It only takes one hit and they're out of the game. Denard, looking at our guys that are going to be out, Denard, Giovanni, Vigil, Croft, Price will all be out this week. They'll all be inactive. Price is out of his walking boot, and so that's progress. I don't see him coming back until after the bye. There's been nothing on the timeline as to when Price is coming back. So that's where we're at. So you can see we're pretty lean with Williams limited and Denard definitely out. We need Kavari Russell. So that's what we're looking at this week. Common thread between our two losses has been no sacks in those games. We didn't sack Cam Newton at all, and we didn't get any sacks on Ben Roethlisberger. So that's a common thread, and if we're having any chance to even make this game competitive, I don't know that we need to sack Mahomes, but we certainly need to try and contain him. The work of the defensive ends, keeping him in, he does a lot of his damage when he's just ad-libbing and playing backyard football. So we need to keep him kind of pinned in. We were flexed to prime time this week, which doesn't please me. I actually have a friend who's very close with the Schwartz family, and it doesn't thrill the Schwartz family either, or Mitchell Schwartz. So the Kansas City Chiefs weren't real thrilled about the flex either. This gives them back-to-back Sunday night games. Football players are creatures of habit, and this just messes with their routine. Initially, I thought, we might be the benefactor of a letdown game because they just went to New England and lost a very close game, but had a good showing in New England. Maybe they were keyed up for that, and this will be a letdown. I don't see that happening. This team played a primetime game against Denver on Monday night and didn't have a letdown the following week on the short week when they play Jacksonville. So I don't suspect there will be any letdown. I think we're going to get the Kansas City Chiefs at their best. They're certainly not going to be overlooking us. Andy Reid's too good a coach for that. So this is going to be a tough game for us. As you can see, I'm in a white jersey. So it's white jerseys, black pants this week, if you wanted to know what the wardrobe is. Predicting this game, well, I got to be a realist. We're beat up. We really are. I've said for a couple weeks that I really felt like we needed to win the Steeler game and go into this game 5-1 if we were going to, be 6-2 at our bye week. I think we're looking at 5-3. I think we will. This is a game we're going to come up short, and that's going to make the Tampa Bay game next week a must-win game, so we can go into our bye at 5-3. But I definitely, with the amount of horses we don't have on the field, this offense is far better than the Steelers, and we couldn't hold a lead at home against the Steelers. This defense, maybe it's on par. They do give up a ton of yards, so we will score points. Fantasy-wise, if you have Bengals, you start them this week. I will be starting Mixon. You start your Bengals this week. They will score points. Kansas City has been outscoring teams. They haven't been holding teams scoreless, but I just think there's too much firepower. I think Kansas City at home, in the end, I think they're going to do what they need to do at the end of the game to win. This is going to be very similar to probably the Atlanta game, where last team with the ball maybe wins the game, but I just have a feeling that we're not going to escape Arrowhead with the win. I would love this team to prove me wrong, but that's my guess, is that we're going to come home 4-3 and have to beat Tampa Bay next week. So that's my prediction. Score, I'm going to go 37-31 Kansas City, unfortunately. So lots of points, lots of stats. I would love to be wrong, but we'll see. I'm just being a realist. I don't want you to... People won't take any of my predictions seriously if I constantly pick the Bengals. So this is a week... I've said from the beginning that this was going to be a tough order for us to go into Arrowhead and win. It's not that we can't do it. It's not that we don't have a puncher's chance, but this is a game we certainly... no one's going to shame us if we sneak out of there and we don't win the game. So that's where we're at. As always, I will say, fuck Marvin Lewis until we win a playoff game. Fuck Mike Brown until we get back to the Super Bowl. And I will try to have, it's an evening game. I'm not sure where I'm watching the game. I will try to have a video up after the Kansas City game on Sunday night. Okay? Have a good rest of your week, everybody. Sorry this was brief. I'm really slammed with work and I've got to get back to a couple files. Okay? Take care, everybody.